Managua, Nicaragua, October 30th, 2025. The air is thick with anticipation, hope and fear mingling as the nation faces a familiar promise, the revival of the Nicaragua Grand Canal. Under the watchful eyes of government officials and Chinese engineers, a symbolic groundbreaking is staged, echoing past ceremonies. News headlines proclaim Nicaragua's canal dream revived. In Managua, supporters celebrate, envisioning jobs and a modern future. For them, the canal is a lifeline, a path out of poverty, a chance to compete globally. But outside the capital, anxiety reigns. Farmers clutch deeds to ancestral land. Indigenous leaders gather, fearing loss of homes and sacred sites. The project has split Nicaragua into one side, dazzled by progress, the other desperate to preserve its past. President Ortega's government touts the canal as the solution to economic woes, promising a bustling trade hub to rival Panama. Yet for many the cost is too high. The tension is palpable, a standoff between state power and the people's resilience. As the sun sets over Nicaragua's volcanoes, the nation wonders, is this a new golden age, or the start of a nightmare? The world watches, breath held, as the canal's story begins anew. The promises are grand, the stakes immense, and for those in its path, everything is at risk. The dragon's waterway is poised to cut through their land. Will it bring fortune or ruin? Only time will tell. The Nicaragua Grand Canal is one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects ever imagined, a new maritime shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific, set to rival the Panama Canal. Backed by $50 billion in Chinese investment, the canal would accommodate the world's largest ships, promising to double Nicaragua's GDP and create thousands of jobs. For China, it's a strategic foothold in the Americas, part of its Belt and Road Initiative. The project was granted to HKND Group, led by a little-known Chinese billionaire with sweeping rights to build and operate the canal and related developments. Supporters see a historic opportunity. Skeptics question the financial viability and global demand for a second canal so close to Panama. Is there enough maritime traffic to sustain both? The answer remains uncertain. The canal is a colossal gamble, one that could transform Nicaragua, or leave it burdened by broken promises. The canal's promise has split Nicaragua. In Managua, hope runs high, young people dream of jobs, and the government fuels visions of prosperity and national pride. State media showcases a future of gleaming ships and booming cities, urging citizens to embrace this historic opportunity. But, along the canal's route, fear dominates. Tens of thousands face eviction. Farmers, ranchers, and especially indigenous communities like the Rama and Creole. For them, the canal is a threat to their homes, culture, and survival. Protests erupt. Ortega, Venda Patria, accusing the government of selling out the nation. Leaders like Francisca Ramirez rally resistance, fighting not just for land, but for identity and existence. The canal promises a new Nicaragua, but many fear it will erase the old one. The divide is deep and the stakes are existential. Progress for some means displacement for others. At the heart of the canal project is Wang Jing, a Chinese telecom billionaire with no experience in mega infrastructure. He arrived with bold promises and global fanfare, but questions about funding surfaced immediately. The $50 billion price tag dwarfed Wang's personal fortune, and his claims of secret investors only deepened suspicions. Was this a private venture or a front for Chinese state interests? In 2015, the Chinese stock market crash wiped out most of Wang's wealth, casting doubt on the project's future. Construction stalled, the promised jobs and investment evaporated, the HKND offices emptied, and Wang Jing faded from view. The canal became a cautionary tale, grand visions undone by financial reality and lack of transparency. The government insists the project lives on, but on the ground, there's only silence. Without real money, even the boldest dreams crumble. Nicaragua is left with questions, not progress. The canal's scale is staggering, 173 miles long, up to 520 meters wide, cutting through jungles, farmland, and Lake Nicaragua. Lake Cochabamba, Central America's largest freshwater lake, is at risk, its ecosystem threatened by dredging, pollution, and potential oil spills. Scientists warn of catastrophic environmental damage, endangering water supplies and rare species. Law 840 gives HKND sweeping powers to seize land, with little protection for locals. Tens of thousands face displacement, their heritage and identity at stake. Protests and legal challenges erupt, but the law remains. For many, land is more than property, it's their past and future. The canal threatens not just the environment, but the soul of rural Nicaragua. Resistance continues, fueled by a sense of injustice and betrayal. The canal is more than an engineering feat, it's a pawn in the US-China rivalry. For the US, Central America is a strategic backyard. The Panama Canal is a symbol of influence. China's involvement in Nicaragua is seen as a direct challenge, part of its global Belt and Road ambitions. For Beijing, the canal offers a new trade route and a foothold in the Americas. President Ortega leverages this rivalry, playing both sides for political gain. But being a pawn between superpowers is risky. Nicaragua could be drawn into conflicts not its own. US officials worry about security implications. The canal's stalled progress has eased tensions, but the underlying power struggle remains. The project's fate is tied to global politics as much as to money. In late 2025, the Nicaragua Grand Canal is a ghost. Grand promises faded, activity vanished. Survey flags and widened dirt roads are all that remain of a future that never arrived. The project is stalled, trapped in financial and political limbo. Law 840 still hangs over landowners, preventing them from selling or securing loans. Communities remain divided. Some still hope for jobs, others see only loss and betrayal. Activists like Francisca Ramirez continue to fight for repeal, demanding security for their land and rights. The Gonzalez family, like many, lives with scars, fear, uncertainty, and a fractured community. The canal has left distrust and anxiety in its wake, a legacy that may take generations to heal. The world watches, wondering if the project will be revived or quietly abandoned. For now, the canal is a scar on Nicaragua's horizon, a symbol of ambition, fear, and the human cost of deferred dreams. The fate of a nation, and a key piece of global trade, hangs in the balance. The story is unfinished, its ending still unwritten,